Hey everyone, my name is Agiti, aka BlackGirlScientist, and welcome to my channel. Welcome particularly to you if you're new here. If you're new here, please go ahead and click that subscribe button so you can join this family. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back and thank you for tuning in. So today I am going to be doing an at-home COVID test. I'm going to show you the test that I'm using, how it's done, and what it tells you. So if you're interested in this video, keep watching. As I've said, today we are doing an at-home COVID test. I'm going to show you how particularly this test is taken. It's super quick, super easy, super accurate as well. For those of you who don't know, I'm still in Europe. I'm in the Netherlands. And also, if you don't already know, that we are still very much in the COVID-19 pandemic. Although here kind of COVID restrictions have been abolished. We don't wear masks anymore. There's no demarcations on the ground anymore, and it's pretty much back to normal. Yeah, but I know back home in South Africa it isn't, and there are still mask laws and rules. I know there's been a spike also in COVID-19 infections, and I think just on the globe, we have not ruled that we are no longer in the COVID-19 pandemic. It's still very much alive. There's still thousands of cases a day worldwide. So with that being said, it only makes sense for me to show you how to do an at-home COVID test. You know, the rules have been relaxed about the length of how long you need to stay at home once you have COVID and things like that. And I think at-home COVID tests are honestly the best thing ever, because if you have symptoms, then you don't have to go, you know, out into the public and risk infecting other people, although you should wear a mask, of course, if you have symptoms, not just of COVID, but if you have the flu as well. I think that's just a great practice to do, so you don't infect the people around you. So you can send someone to get you a COVID test. I'm not sure about the availability of tests back home, but I literally just got this at Albert Heijn, which is like a grocery store. It's not even like a Clicks or a Dis-Chem. It's actually a grocery store. It's like a Woolworths food, but not as fancy as Woolworths, but it's, yeah, you get what I'm saying. So super easily accessible. You can literally send someone to get you a test if you have symptoms. You should only test if you have symptoms, okay? That's just COVID testing in general. I don't have symptoms right now. I did do a test a couple of weeks ago because someone did get COVID and I had a headache, and I thought maybe that's a symptom, but there was a little bit of sprinkling of paranoia as well. And I actually did one of these, and I thought it would be great to share on my channel and show you how to do one. So let's get right into doing the test. Okay, so this is the test that we're going to be using. It is a FlowFlex SARS-CoV-2 antigen rapid test, and like I said, I got this test literally at the grocery store, so at like an Albert Heijn to go downstairs, literally on the hospital main entrance. So this is the test that we're going to be using today. So as with anything in any test, always check the expiry date. This test expires in 2023, and just generally the condition, you know, there's a seal in that it has not been opened. And yeah, let's get right into the test. Okay, so I'm gonna bring you down like this so you can see everything that's inside this test. Okay, so let's open it up. So you need to break the seal, which you should probably do with something sharpish. So you break the seal like so. You have an insert, of course, which tells you exactly how you should do the test. Like I said, it's super easy, super simple. I love, if you know me and you follow me on social media, I love just drug inserts. So any kind of thing that you get, a pill, a cough syrup, anything. I love reading this. These have so much information, and yeah, I guess because I'm just a nerd in a science like this, I like learning new things. I like learning about contradictions of medication. I like learning about symptoms that probably will not affect me and all of that. And then there's a buffer pot, there is a swab which you're going to use to swab, more information, and then the actual SARS-CoV-2 cassette. They call it a cassette. It's the test. More information, and then a discard. Make sure you discard your test properly. So now I'm going to show you how you actually perform the test. I'm just going to open up my cassette while we're still in this angle. So this is what the cassette looks like, and you're going to put your sample drops where it says sample. Okay, so we've opened up the test. You know exactly what's in the test, so I'm going to go ahead and open up my sample. So I'm first going to put this in the inside of my cheeks, and then I'm going to put it as far back. I'm sure you've seen what COVID test looks like, as far back up my nose as possible, and then release it into the buffer pot, and then pour 3 drops of the sample into my cassette, and then wait 15 minutes, and then we will know if I have COVID or not. Okay, so I'm going to do it. Of course, you want to do it in your mouth first and then your nose. You don't want to do it the other way around. And then I'm going to go in my nose. Just a little bit. I'm going to do both nostrils just. That is very uncomfortable. So you want to go as far back until it gets uncomfortable, because if you just go here in your nose, that's normal. You want to go as far back as possible. Then here's our buffer pot, which is actually sealed. I'm going to open it now, like so. Then I'm going to slightly squeeze, put in my thing and twist like this. So it says you twist just for a little. Then while I'm still squeezing, I'm gonna close my buffer pot like this. Then you take your cassette and you pour literally just 3 drops into the sample pot, and you will see that the test will begin to run. So that's for 15 minutes. We wait for 15 minutes. I'm just gonna put your nose should feel funny after, otherwise you did not go far back enough. Stuck in that, and as you can see, the test has begun to run. And of course, 2 lines means you are positive, and 1 means you're not. So test is running. So just a little bit about obviously this test. I've done a full video on the different types of tests. This is for HIV, the different antibody antigen tests, and I've described in those videos exactly what an antibody and an antigen is. So if you haven't watched those, please go ahead and watch that. But just briefly, you need to do a COVID antigen test if you think you have COVID, because that is the kind of one of the first, obviously the most sensitive is PCR, and you need a PCR negative test to fly, of course, because that's detecting COVID in your blood in the earliest possible phase of you having COVID. An antigen test will detect antigens that you have for SARS-CoV-2, which is the virus that causes COVID-19, causes the COVID-19 disease. I've also done a video on COVID, so if you haven't watched that, please go ahead and watch that if you want more detail about SARS-CoV-2 and the COVID-19 disease. but then of course, if you're vaccinated, you will have antibodies against SARS-CoV-2. So this is an advanced stage, of the disease if we're talking about detecting the disease. And this is basically you already having soldiers in your body that will fight off this disease if you come into contact with it. So these are antigen tests, and these are the kind of tests that are the most accurate in detecting COVID-19 active infection. So it hasn't been 15 minutes yet, it's literally just been like 2 or so, but you can see there's just a single line in the control, and that means I am negative, SARS-CoV-2 negative, which means that I am not infected with the virus. If you are positive, there'll also be a line in the test where it says T, the test part. If you have 2 lines, you're positive. If you have 1, you're negative. Even if the second line is slightly faint, you could still be positive. So yeah, that's it. I thought that'd be a really cool video for you guys, because I'm actually not sure about the availability of COVID-19 tests back home, rapid tests, and how easily available they are at the pharmacy. I'll have to really check on that and get back to you guys. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and thank you for tuning in. If you've gotten this far, please don't forget to click that subscribe button. We're so close to 2K subscribers, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.